Sphere that swallows the galaxy.
In this raid duel event, we can unlock Quinton as a playable duelist. By accumulating 2.6 million points and defeating raid boss once, Quinton will join our roster. Now that Quinton is already here, let's obtain Dyson Sphere's Playmat.
What are we going to play this time?
It's our usual Playmat farming deck.
That looks like a complicated contraption.
That's why we are here to make it easy and simple. This deck can be divided into 3 parts. The first one is X's material. We can replace Battle Footballer with any strong low-level machine monster. But Archet Lightcraft is mandatory.
So, they are the main performers on the stage.
You can put it that way. The second part is drawing power. You can use anything to draw more cards or search for the missing pieces of the puzzle. But in this deck, we are going to use these.
This part is simple enough.
The last part may seem complicated, but it's actually not. We can break it down into simpler combos. Use Graceful Tear to get localized Tornado to your opponent to prevent them from decking out. Activate Mystic Box. Destroy one of your opponent's monster and give them your Guardian statue.
But it will return our monsters to hand.
That's the plan. So we can return Dyson Sphere to extra deck every turn.
How do we actually summon it again if the materials are sent to the graveyard?
No worries. This deck has everything you need. Use a pair of Super Team Buddy First Unite to revive them. Make sure to choose an opponent who plays machine-type monsters, so we can activate it by targeting their monsters. Recycle it using Recycle so we can use it again and again. This golden ladybug will pay for the rent fee.
What does this owner's seal do here?
It happens to fill the free slot. Just replace it with anything you want. Now let's start farming! The full footage is too long and boring, so we are not going to show you this time, but you can check it on the description below if you want. The first thing we need to do is having a defensive monster to stay alive. Then we can keep drawing while finding the pieces of combo we need. Use Graceful Tear to get localized Tornado to your opponent to prevent them from decking out. Here we can start our first cycle. Remember to give Guardian statue to your opponent. This is it. Repeat these steps until your last turn. In the 49th or 50th turn, finish off your opponent, or it will be a draw.
You've just summoned Dyson Sphere 17 times in one duel.
If you are lucky, you can do even more. That means with this deck, you can obtain Dyson Sphere Playmat within only 6 duels.
Is there an easier way?
Of course there is, if you don't mind taking a longer time. Just hit Octaduel with this deck, it can summon Dyson Sphere up to twice per duel. Since this deck runs on autopilot, you don't need to think.
But I still want to know how it works.
Okay, so we have 3 level 9 monsters that serve as anxious materials.
This Flying Pegasus Railroad Stampede is level 4.
But its effects make it possible to turn itself into level 9. The rest are just back row removal, attack booster, and special summoning cards.
How about the extra deck?
This deck has 2 main routes of Extra Summon, Dyson Sphere, and number 27, which can transform into bigger boss monsters. Now get your game on!
Now we have 2 ways to get Dyson Sphere's playmat.
While we're at it, why don't we update Cephalon's Playmat too? To get more guides like this, remember to subscribe to Duel Links PV and turn on the notifications. See you later in our next adventure, and get your game on.